Hey, what's up? My name is Khalid Rivera, and you're watching Artists Exposed.
Welcome back to Artists Exposed with Tym Moss. I am here with my good buddy Khalid Rivera. Yay!
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
All is well. It's so good to see you.
Yay! Oh, it's always good to see you too.
Last time I saw you was at your amazing, extravagant 50th birthday celebration at Big 27. It was the talk of the town.
That was fun. That was very fun. And he came out and sang for my birthday, which I was so pleased with. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I was glad that I was available. It was kind of like last minute, but I said, you know what, I have to do it.
Oh, I
because
appreciate
you've been
it.
so supportive, and you show love. You exuberate love. And you had all these amazing people there, so it was, the fact that like everyone came was that says a lot about you.
Oh, thank you. It meant a lot. I'm telling you, it really did. So tell us about Who Do You Love? What did that do to you or for you or?
Okay, well, Who Do You Love? I actually wrote that for somebody else. It was,
oh, really?
Yeah, it was a Spanish artist. She, I guess she saw my video or like heard my song on the radio, and she contacted me on MySpace when it was like hot back then.
Yeah.
And she was like, I love your style. I would love for you if you could write me a song. I definitely want to go more into dance music genre. So I said, okay, sure. I wrote her the song. We never got to meet because she was always flaking out on me. I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to record it myself.
There you
go. It was always coming in my head. And you know what? It was the first time that I actually released something on my own. Because prior to that, I was with a label.
Right.
But I got out of that, and then I released something on my own. And it's amazing how the indie scene is so different now. People can release things and be successful. And when I released it on my own, I became even that much more successful. I got a lot more radio play. My videos were shown all over the place. I mean, just so many things, a lot more press. I mean, a lot of things. It was just a huge, big difference. Huge difference for the better,
Yes, exactly. Well, you also you have more control.
Yes.
And you can kind of control where you want it to go and be heard and.
Exactly, and I knew a lot how to promote, market it. I had my whole marketing campaign of okay, I'm gonna send it out to here and this and that, and it was a lot of work. I mean, it's time management, but it was so worth it, and I loved it. I loved it. Doing more behind the scenes and being in control.
Yes, exactly. Wonderful.
Yes,
I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
You're
such
doing
an
your entrepreneur. Thing. I love it.
You're doing your own thing. I think nowadays, people, they have to take matters into their own hands.
I agree completely.
They have to do it. It's just look, this is my vision. This is what I want to do, and that's it. I think the only thing that can stand in the way of people, which takes time to plan, is money. You gotta save money.
Yeah.
Gotta be smart with that budgeting and everything. If you have no concept of what things are gonna cost, what the budget is and whatnot, that can be a pain in the butt. But that's the only thing that takes time and planning,
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, you can do anything.
Yes, I agree. If you apply yourself and really have the drive and the passion to do it.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, but the thing is that everything has changed so much. Like like you were saying with the labels, it used to be you had to have a label. Now you can do a lot of it. You can do it without a label, with iTunes and the clubs and all of that. What's your opinion on some of the changes that have occurred?
Well, definitely nowadays, being on a label is really not a priority unless they're giving you a really good deal. Nowadays, a lot of record labels, they just really cannot afford to give you a great deal. And if they sign you, I've known so many people that have had record deals before me and they never come out with an album. You can get signed, but is it going to be an actual commercial release date? That's a big issue, and sometimes when you're in a big label, you're kind of confined and controlled, and you can't. You're so limited, which is the worst thing. Whereas an indie artist, you can release your stuff on iTunes, so many places, and really be in control. I mean, for me, I ended up getting my own radio promoter, my own video producer. I mean, a lot of things that I was in control of myself, and indie artists nowadays, they can do that.
Yeah, well, that also allows you artistic freedom too. Whereas, a lot of times, like you say, with the labels, a lot of times they have a preconceived notion of what they think is going to sell, and they want to try to mold the artist into that. Whereas with independent artists, you can just be your real self and let the real music come out.
That's right. I mean, and the big problem with the music industry, especially with the big labels, is that people aren't buying albums. You know?
Right.
People are just, you know, getting stuff online, you know, whether illegally, unfortunately, or just, you know, downloading singles off of iTunes or Amazon. People are not, physical copies are not in demand anymore, which is why there's like, where are the CD stores? Where are the record stores? Walmart and Target,
exactly.
Best Buy, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, everything else is all like online, so that's a big change. You know?
Yeah, that's huge, and that really affected the record companies most definitely.
Hey, what's up? My name is Khalid Rivera, and you're watching Artists Exposed.
Well, what about like the clubs? What about club scenes?
In the club scene, it's great because, you know, DJs, there's ups and downs about it. DJs, of course, if they like your stuff, they will play it, and that's how people will know your song. And for me, like, it's great that I have like tons of DJs, you know, around the world, because I always get like my reports, you know, and everything from my radio promoter, and it's great to know like who's playing it, where they're playing it. So it's nice, you know. I want to be able to like walk in somewhere and like actually like hear my music at a club.
That is so cool.
I haven't had that experience yet, but people like, they tell me, oh, I heard your stuff here and there, and I'm like,
cool.
But I want to be there. I want to hear it. I mean, it's nice to know, but I want to like be there to hear it.
Oh,
so
definitely.
That's a great way the clubs to break out a single. The downfall of the clubs, my experience, and I've spoke with other indie artists that, let's say for an example, they see your song on YouTube or on any video channel, or they hear your song on the radio, they want you to perform, but yet they don't want to make any sort of arrangement or any sort of compensation, and I think that's very disrespectful for artists in general.
Oh, definitely.
Because if you're contacting us, we're basically enhancing your party. By performing, we're adding something to the party. We're gonna bring people in, and I just feel like it's a huge disrespect that I've noticed. A lot of clubs, especially here in New York City, I've noticed a lot, unfortunately, that there's just been that huge lack of respect.
Yeah, I think that is a lot in the New York City area, because I believe like nightclubs in the surrounding area, Long Island, or you know, in the rest of the country, for that matter, usually they'll pay the talent, you know, that they have a budget for talent. But here in New York, I don't know if it's just that there's so many acts or so many artists out there, but they don't pay. It's horrible. It's horrible for the artists.
I mean, yeah, anywhere, like my experience outside of New York, just because they know like if you'll be traveling or if you just happen to be in the area, they'll try to work something out.
Right.
They will always try to work something out. In California, it is an issue as well, where sometimes they don't want to pay people, but I think you just have to kind of pick and choose. It depends on what the big event is going to be. If it's a huge promo opportunity, then you know you do it. But as an artist, you know, especially indie artists, we're putting money aside to finance ourselves. So we want to make an investment. I have to look at it on the business side. It's like, okay, well, I put this amount of money aside for recording, and I saved up money to shoot a video. So I have to get some sort of investment in returns, whether in my sales or from publishing or definitely from performances. You have to, you know, it's all about, it's a business, it's show business.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get an investment, and you know, people always ask me, well, how come you don't perform as much as you would like to? And I'm like, well, at the beginning when I started doing the music, I used to perform everywhere, every single festival that you could think of. But after a while, I couldn't afford it anymore because you know what, I have to make a living. I have to, you know, and so that's why I'm very like, you know, specific, because I feel like I'm at a point now in my career where I'm known and I've achieved a lot of things, and I feel like I should get some sort of respect in return.
Yeah,
a sense of acknowledgement.
I agree with you 100% on that. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's the ups and downs of the club scene. You know, especially with indie artists, especially.
Well, I'm telling you, that's one of the things that I think is really going to keep you active and moving ahead in the entertainment industry. Is you're willing to step outside the box. You're willing to try something new, like with Ariel Aparicio when you did a duet with him. That was a completely different genre for you, but you did it, and that's what I mean. You keep doing it, and it will just the doors will keep opening, and you'll just keep rising to the top.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you with that. And you know, the experience with Ariel, you know, doing a collaboration, I wanna be able to do more with that, because I think that's important nowadays, to just do as many collaborations as possible. Just kind of get to know more other artists, have that friendly environment. And so I'm like in the mood to do more collaborations.
Cool.
I think it's a lot. I had a lot of fun doing this collaboration and shooting the video. Definitely want to be able to do more of that.
Wonderful. Well, Khalid Rivera, thank you for taking a few minutes. I really appreciate this.
Thank you so much.
Yay, Khalid Rivera.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? My name is Khalid Rivera, and you're watching Artists Exposed.